Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait up, nerds. If you're having as much fun as we're having,
Oh, yeah, we're having fun.
then please give us a like, follow us, tell your friends, follow us on Twitter at Nerdbuzzed, follow us on Facebook, leave us a comment, share a story with us, something you want us to talk about, fuel the nerd fire, and
Yes.
as always, you can go to nerdbuzzed.com.
Hey, you know they can find us on nerdbuzzed.com, man. But you know what we need?
What do we need?
We need some beer.
Of course. On with the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed!
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, episode 69.
You would get that.
The podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool frosty beer while we're doing it. I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger, and with me as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
All right, so on today's episode, it's Review Bonanza. We have Ninja Senki DX finally. We have, and we have, I noticed that.
Yeah.
And we have Horizon,
Yes.
and we have Cowboy Bebop, the treat to ourselves.
Correct.
And so some other nerdy stuff in there. But of course, I digress to my favorite part of the episode. We go to Mr. J.
For the beer.
Yes.
So today we go back to Hale's Ales. We are reviewing today the Mongoose IPA as opposed to the Super Goose like we did the last time.
This is like the Clark Kent equivalent.
Yes, this will be the Clark Kent equivalent. No capes.
Yeah, no capes on this one.
And it says telephone booths don't exist anymore. I guess this is what we're stuck with.
Yeah,
now.
right. Thank you, Deadpool. And we actually owe your old man a solid for this one.
Yeah, my dad totally was down at Hale's Brewery in Seattle and saw the Caped Crusader Mongoose
Yeah.
and decided that he needed to thought of you immediately, of course.
I like
seeing
that I'm influencing him.
Oh yes, and decided that he would get us a pair of each for the cast. To which you drank the other two
No,
already.
it's still out there, but it's gonna get drank if you don't take it home.
Okay. I just automatically.
I feel like I've had really good restraint so far.
If you haven't drank it yet, then yes, you did. Because like I said, I automatically assumed they were both gone.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
So anyway, 6% brewed in Seattle. Hales also does I'm not the biggest fan of, like I said, the Super Goose and the Mongoose that I've had before, and it's been a long time since I've had this one. So I'm not sure where it sits. I might have changed my tone on it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But they do make a beer that you probably wouldn't like too well. But it's a Kolsch. And a Kolsch is still an ale, but it's really close to a lager in its style.
Mm.
And I really like their Kolsch a lot. So
You might have to get it so we can try it, and so you can see if I really, really dislike it.
that was my plan for the next Hales beer. But
Okay.
this is what we got, and I'm
Yeah.
not opposed to it either. So
No. I'm smelling it. It definitely smells fresh. It's got that it's again that like mow the lawn summertime kind of fresh. I don't know what to call it other than freshness.
Yeah, and if you did your homework, you'd know which hops this was
Oh my
supposed
god. I will. I promise.
It's okay. I did my homework, and I can't remember.
I was trying to cheat and I got caught cheating. So now I gotta stay after school and I'll get the work done, I promise.
As long as there's a little doodle, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So
through all
let's
the
do it.
nerds?
Yes, through all the fuzz.
Bottoms up.
Let's get nerd buzzed.
Way sweeter than I remember it being. Way, way sweeter. It's got a little bit of a fruity aftertaste, and not very bitter.
No, it's
Bitter
really
doesn't
not
get
very bitter at all.
Bitter at all. Very, very strong malt body. and
Okay,
profile.
sweet. You beat me to it. I was gonna say it. There's some malty in this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what the sweet comes from.
Okay,
Did
sorry.
your homework? You totally know
Oh my
it.
god. This is just never gonna hear the end of it.
Oh my god.
If I wasn't so busy doing so much nerdy stuff, obviously.
Yeah. I had plenty of beer this week though, so.
Nice. Yesterday I had the Alpha Centauri. We reviewed it. It was the Hop Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I had it the other day when I was out. Man, that's a good beer.
It
I
is.
really, really like that beer a lot. It's so It's just so balanced. It has
You
a
had
little
it
bit of
off draft
everything.
though.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think
was
I've ever had
pretty
it in
good.
draft.
Yeah, it was up at the Skagit River.
Hold on. You got. All right.
Thank you. Very ninja-like. So, first, right off the bat, let's get this nerd play out of the way.
Okay.
Because we played Senkai, whatever, DX. It's a 2D side-scroller platformer, very 8-bit. It was Vita-friendly, which was cool. It's very, like, old-school Nintendo.
Yeah, it's very Mario meets Mega Man meets Impossible.
Yes, very difficult. Yeah.
But yes, I made it. I haven't passed the second area yet.
Like,
But,
just the second area or the second stage?
Second stage.
Okay.
I haven't passed the second stage, but the first stage, like I said, once you figure out where everybody's at and when they come in, you can totally just rifle right through it.
Oh, it's very much like...
Just learning the pattern.
Yeah, well, like, again, I never had that original Nintendo, but whenever I always love, everybody loves Mario, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love playing that original Mario, but when I would go to my friend's house who grew up with it and just played the crap out of it, they could just, like, start a level and run. Like, sprint through that whole Mario level, jumping on everything and dodging everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how this game works. And I don't see any other way that it would work, because it takes you so many tries to get through each
there's
level.
one
It's
level
brutal.
that you can never do that in any Mario game.
What's that?
The underwater levels.
You can't run.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. You just swim really fast.
Yes.
Tap that button. Yeah. And actually, this game has a hardcore mode. Did you notice that?
I didn't.
I didn't even attempt to try it because, like you, I think I made it to, I think it would technically be like stage 6, maybe 5. But
Wow.
and it took so many tries on each stage to get that far. And I learned that one of them was these platforms that are like a single space for your body that you have to jump to, and they disappear when you land on them. You get like a couple seconds and they disappear.
The lanterns.
Yeah, and you have to like kill guys so that, because they approach as you need to land on the next one. And I kept dying at that part, but I figured out if you just jump back to the other one, it'll appear right as you land, and then you can jump forward again and the guy's already passed. So you don't have to worry about killing anyone. If you just get them off their timing that way, and then you can hop through. So there's like, I get the feeling that there's a lot of little tricks like that. Like
Nice.
Like old school games are always that way. You can make it to a boss and there'd be like this one little spot. If you had just like your leg hanging off the right amount off the little platform, his attacks would always bounce around you, but you could just sit there and unload.
Oh, that was totally Contra.
Yeah.
The original Contra.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it had all those. I actually really enjoyed that it had all those little things. But man, it's unforgiving. And it's really pretty stripped down, bare bones game.
Yeah. My biggest complaint about it was that damn double jump. It's the lamest double jump in any game I think I've played yet.
It's weird because it's like the longer you hold it down, the higher you do that first jump.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this double jump part of it is just kind of, I don't know, it's like bing, bing.
Yeah.
There's like nothing to that double jump.
Yeah, it's almost like
It's just a little pause is all it is.
it's almost like a princess half-second float or something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But that's my biggest complaint.
What was your favorite part about the game? Because there's a standout favorite part for me.
Throwing stars, duh.
And the ninjas, of course. My favorite part was the music. I thought this game had an awesome soundtrack. I was so in love with it right away.
I don't remember it standing out that much to me, but
When I first played it, I played it on my Vita, and it adapts to the Vita really, really well. It's only a couple buttons, totally classic. My first Vita is all emulated out, so I only play. That's what I do want. I just play Genesis and Nintendo games, right?
Okay.
And then, my PSP. And then, so I got my Vita, and this made me feel like I was playing my PSP with all my emulators. It totally looks like that. So I had a lot of fun with it, and then I switched over to the PlayStation 4, and I had the surround sound on and everything, and the volume up because I wasn't trying to not wake my wife up next to me in bed. And it was the first time I was really exposed to the soundtrack, and I love it. It's so good. It's like rocker, but 8-bit cheesy, and like it's done so well. It was
I'm
one of
gonna
my
go back
favorite
and
things.
play it a little bit more to see what that is.
Just turn it up and sit at the menu screen, and you'll just get the feel for it right away. It's awesome. I was a big fan. But really, that's kind of the good thing I have to say about the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't really know what kind of score to put on it. Again, I didn't play a lot of it. Or I did. I played a lot. I just didn't get real far.
Yeah.
Right? But I think I have to say, man, maybe it's like a 6.
So I was going 5-5.
Yeah, I kind of think it's in between there a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's better than okay, but not better than okay.
No, it's not. It's pretty bare bones. I couldn't see spending very much for it.
Yeah.
Right. So, I don't know. It's okay. I'm glad we're moving on. I didn't need to play it for 3 weeks, and that's as far as I got. Isn't that terrible? It's like, what is that? 2 stages a week.
I spent more, what little time I spent gaming, I spent more of it playing Horizon.
All right. Well, that's better anyway.
So, yeah.
So before we dive into Horizon, because it's a major topic for the show, I just thought I'd throw at you. Do you have anything nerdy this week, Jeremiah, other than massive Horizon playing?
GTA Tuesday.
Yes, which
That's
is
about
awesome.
it. I went back and watched. The Wolverine.
Oh, nice. I did as well.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Oh, I liked it a lot. A lot of it. I've forgotten so much of that movie.
Yeah. One thing I noticed in it is it does one of the things that I hate that superhero movies do, but they do it so well, right? They strip him of his powers.
Oh, yeah.
But it happens so early on, and then he gets them for his like last hurrah in the end of it, that it's the best like robbing them of their powers I've ever seen in a movie. Because I hate it when they have the superhero movies and they take away their powers at the end, so it's like the human in them that solves the whatever. It's like put the suit on, right? But they totally give him the badass suit by the end of that movie.
Yeah, but and I completely forgot though about it was they actually stripped his claws.
Yeah.
So he had the bone claws. I completely forgot he had the bone claws in that one.
Yes. Yeah, because he gets them whacked off, and then like slow drills that go into him to like suck his DNA. I felt for him when that happened. Right? Like anything going in, that's like something getting a sliver getting stuck into your fingernail.
Yeah.
But like 24 volts behind it at least. Terrible. That's awesome. I did the same thing. That's sweet. On the same nerd page. Well, there's something I do have to bring up because we got scolded this week.
Oh.
And we listen when people tell us stuff.
We try
And
to.
apparently I'm at fault for it. This is what you've told me. But we, on our Star Wars episode, several times said the word Jedis.
Yeah.
And unless you're talking about their eyeballs, it's Jedi, right?
Okay. So
I was told we both said it multiple times.
so where would
2.
where would a Jedi's power come from?
A Jedi's power? Ooh. Right? Boy, that's like the collective. Like, I don't even know how you break that down from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's the twinkle in the corner.
Oh, okay.
That's where a Jedi's power comes from. The twinkle in the corner of his eye and the
Oh
glint
my
off his
gosh.
pearly whites.
So I gotta say though, your little thing you wrote down here.
Yeah, even the playing field. Do it. Lay it on me.
Yeah. So you were saying, thanks Rob for keeping us on our toes.
Mm-hmm.
And just for you, TOWS, Rob.
Yeah.
It's
It's just
on
for
our
him.
toes,
Yeah.
reeling us in, bringing us back to where we belong. To the
Yes. Yeah, right? Yeah. Hooking us up to the truck. I should say, like, seriously, one of my biggest nightmares ever is having to spell anything or write down anything that anybody else has to read.
Yeah.
It scares the hell out of me, and I hate any like board games where you have to like write down something and then pass it into the group, and then people have to read what your gibberish you wrote.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, reading anything that you write scares me too.
I'm not surprised. So be easy on me out there if I write some weird, first grade, just completely phonetic writing, because my brain just can't handle spelling. It's been the one thing forever. Public humiliation was the spelling bee. I dreaded that day every single year. It was the biggest struggle.
I can write most things down or type them out, no problem. If I have to voice them out loud, I screw them up so bad.
I can't. It doesn't matter. I sit there and it's like, I don't know the rule. There's so many rules. I don't know. And none of them make sense. Oh, it's just that word. That word is that one. Okay.
Yeah.
The other one was through, right? That's my other classic mess up.
Oh, you do that one. So,
It's the W's. I'm just a fan of those W's.
toes, through, does.
Yes.
Yeah, it's...
So, be easy on me, people.
Yeah.
So we watched the Wolverine. The other thing I watched was I did get caught up on Legion.
Okay.
I'm actually very intrigued. You can watch it on Hulu now.
Oh, okay.
So that's sweet. You don't have to use the FX app. I like how they won't show his dad's face. It's so like they're doing this thing where they go back in his memories and exploring them with him. Also, there's this other mutant that can kind of do that, and even in his memories, and nobody else can see the face of his dad in it all. And they're saying they want to tie it to the movies. So I'm wondering if they're going to get some sort of cameo like down the road from either Patrick Stewart or whatever the other guy's name is. I forgot already. The young Xavier.
Oh, I have no idea.
I can't remember. The dude from Wanted that can curve a bullet.
Yeah.
Right? Only if Angelina Jolie stands in front of it, though. That's the only way he was able to do that, right? The other thing I watched was The Ultimate Beastmaster. And if you want a little visual treat in the world of cheesiness, totally worth watching. It must be like produced or sponsored by Sylvester Stallone, but it's like American Ninja Warrior to the extreme.
Ultimate Beastmaster?
It's a Netflix original. It's so bad, but like it looks really intense. And they say it's the living video game. And there's like this big setup where it's totally this like big dragon, and you go in its mouth to start the obstacle course, and then you have to make it to the end. And there's like these bonus markers you can hit for bonus points, and you have like point totals that you make, like a video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know what happens at the end. We didn't get that far in it, but you get like digested and pooped out by this big dragon by the end, and then you get your prize. But it looks ridiculous. It's a little visual treat. Everybody should check it out.
I'm gonna have to ask Trevor what he thinks of it, because I'm pretty sure he's probably seen it already then.
Oh yeah. Mention it to him. Is he an American Ninja Warrior?
No, he's just a Netflix original.
Oh yeah.
Anything that says that, he's got to go check it out.
It's basically if you took American Ninja Warrior and made it a Netflix original. It is what this show is. It's terrible.
All right.
Yeah. And then last nerdy thing I did was I watched the new Samurai Jack episode. So worth watching.
I want to see that.
You can go to Adult Swim. Just go to their website. They're doing a marathon probably until the next episode comes out. You can just click on it and it just replays over and over and over. So I actually came into it like 3 or 4 minutes into the episode, but I just watched. I assumed it was just starting, and then I just watched the whole thing and then watched that first couple minutes I missed, which was also totally worth watching. It's done so well. The like cinematography in this cheesy little cartoon is done so well. They capture the mood and the moment. It's awesome. All the little angles and everything. Jack is back, man. It's really, really good.
Definitely gonna check it out.
Yes, I recommend it to everybody out there.
So you know what my nerd report for next week is gonna be?
What? Oh yeah, right. Hey, I watched. So now we both have homework. Yeah. And then lastly, we got our PS4 update. So customize your wallpapers and hook up your hard drives.
Took 4 hours and 10 minutes or something like that.
Oh, awesome. Sweet. So it didn't make it download any faster.
No. Well, that was a big mistake I made, was upgrading my phones.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I had the old unlimited plan.
Yes.
And now I've got the new unlimited plan. Apparently, on the new unlimited plan, they can throttle my data.
Oh yeah, that's the catch to the unlimited data. They tell you that in the fine print, and they say it like really quickly, right?
Yeah. Well, I thought I was saving money. Well, I am saving money, but it's.
You're also saving on internet speed.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah.
they're saving on internet speed.
Yeah.
Bargain.
I heard that about it. Yeah. That's too bad.
Hey, but my dad can get a smartphone now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great. So let's dive into the meat of the show, right? Because I've been playing the crap out of this game.
I've been playing the crap as much of a crap as I can out of it as available.
Yeah.
Available.
And the game is Horizon.
What's the game?
Horizon.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Horizon.
yeah.
Yeah. It's Horizon, Jeremiah. Jesus.
Yeah, the game that I had pre-ordered forever and a day.
Yes.
And you didn't seem too interested about it until like a week before it came out.
I wasn't sure about this game. I really wasn't. And then the more I kept seeing, I was really intrigued, and it did not let me down. It's so worth my $60.
I gotta say the story seemed super cliche at first.
Mm-hmm.
But as we're getting into it more and they're fleshing out, it's still a cliche story overall, but the meat of the story is fleshing out really nice so far.
Yeah. And the characters, I think, so I've done, all right, ready for this? This is how much Horizon I've played. I think I'm like 48 hours into this game already, right? It's only been out for it's like a part-time job.
Yeah.
And I can only do 2 more upgrades, right, for my character's stats, and then I'll have all of them unlocked. I have all of the shadow weapons and some of the like special hunting ground ones where you have to get the golden suns on all. I did all that. So I have all those unlocked. I have like every single thing in the game unlocked except for the rare parts that unlock some sort of like invincible armor. But other than that, all I have left now are story missions. The whole map's unlocked. I've done all that stuff.
Wow. So I made it through the tutorial like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Finally made it through the tutorial.
Yeah.
Like an hour ago.
It really gets pretty good after all
I'm
that.
level 13.
Nice. I'm level 48.
Yeah,
It caps out at level 50.
Wow. So yeah, I'm level 13. Just made it through the tutorial. Finally.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really the tutorial. It's the... I don't know.
Kind of, though. I mean, is it like the prologue, I guess?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe you'd call it that? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done the run through, beat everybody, took the side path, yada, 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 and then got massacred.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and like when you were texting me like, yeah, we're ready to go. I'm like, I'm kind of in cutscenes.
Yeah.
Like lots of cutscene.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I love about the game is the pacing of the game. And even as far as like the difficulty goes, I loved how when I was first playing, because I'm only on like, I'm probably not even quite halfway through the actual story missions. I just went out and did my own thing in the whole world and unlocked everything and did all the little side missions and maxed all that stuff out. And now I'm like focusing on story because it's what's left for me.
No, see, that's exactly how I played Skyrim.
Yeah.
When I played Skyrim, only I did that and then got a bug or got the I don't know whatever that glitch was in the system and froze it up, and 200 hours of gameplay was wasted.
Yeah. That's impressive too. 200 hours. The most I think I've ever put into a game is 130, and that's in Dragon Quest 8.
Yeah, no, I had one of my games of Skyrim. I had 200 hours of playtime in.
Damn. And that sucks to lose that. That makes you like lose the energy to play it again.
I picked it up and started playing again.
Yeah, the new one that I got you.
No. This was before with the
Wow,
glitchy
is that
one.
new one I got you still in the cellophane?
I opened it up and I put it in.
Okay.
It has made it into my system, but I can't hit the start button, man.
Okay. All right.
It's
It's yours now, though, right? It's out of the box.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah,
but
it's not mint anymore.
No, I want to play it. It's one of these games I want to play it, but this game here has been like absorbing every bit of my life I have to give to it, and I've got such little bit of time into it.
Yeah.
I can't afford time right now to put into this game.
Yes.
You
No,
know what I'm
totally. I get it. Well, and I think that's one of the things, because last week before we recorded, you were like, you sent me a message, and it was something like, hey, man, I'm only like I'm this many hours into the game, but I feel like I've only played it for an hour, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't know. I'm assuming you meant that on. I didn't know if you meant that as like a compliment or not to the game, but I totally took it as like, this is a compliment to this game. Like this game, time just passes. Like you get so submersed and lost in the world.
So I woke up because, I work a job that I get up retardedly early for.
Yeah.
And I was going to go out to help my dad get another car because that's just what we grow on the farm.
Mm-hmm. Cars.
Yeah.
At least the projects that go with them.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was going with my dad to go get a car, and I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and we weren't leaving until 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 o'clock to 9, I was like looking over, like, yeah, I should probably, I started playing right away, and I looked over, played it. Felt like it's been probably about 45 minutes or so. Wonder what time it is, and it's freaking 8:40.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, cripe.
Because it just flies by.
Oh, I know, and that's like I said, the same thing that Skyrim does for me.
Yeah.
It's just
even
you sit down and just time goes nowhere, and next thing you know, it's like your alarm clock's going off for work the next morning. It's like, what?
Yeah.
But I still haven't eaten dinner yet.
Totally. Well, and it's such a different feeling from a game where you put in like a crap ton of time into a game, and it feels like you haven't done anything, but in the wrong kind of way.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Like there is that other end of it.
Just feel like you're spinning your wheels and going nowhere. Yeah.
Just not accomplishing anything, just beating my head against a wall here.
Mm-hmm.
But this game is the so opposite of that, right? It's like I'm beyond in love with it. Oh, it just came to me, James McAvoy. That's the other Professor X.
Okay. Yep.
Just to throw that out there, because I do know.
I don't remember his names.
James McAvoy. That's who he is. I did think that as far as story goes, I did think the main story, because now I'm actually diving into that, is a lot of fun. I like it's very engaging. It makes you feel like you're involved and you care about all the things she's discovering within the story, because she's constantly discovering things about herself and the world that she's in, right? She's breaking out of her little small shunned village life that she's lived this for how many, sheltered but so not at the same time, right?
And is it 15 years or 15 or 18 is the rite of passage run thing? I think it was 18.
It might be 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is 18 because it was boy that they said it in there. Boy that was shunned at 13 was didn't show up for the proving 5 years later. So yeah, that'd be 18. So.
Yeah.
We can do maths.
Right? Yeah, one of the other things we do really well. Just don't make me write it down or spell it out. I do think the side quests are a little bit mundane and fast-paced. I mean, they're side quests, right? But some of them, I actually really like the characters that were involved in them, so it made them kind of fun. But like I said, I don't know that there's too many more side quests. I found all the major towns and everything. But the story quests are definitely more engaging, and they definitely, I mean, it is the main story, right? It is what it is. But I do really like the story, and I think the best way to kind of summarize what it is, at least as far as I've played, is it's sort of like Terminator meets Jurassic Park.
Okay.
I don't know if you played that far into the story, but I think once you get there, you'll kind of know what I mean. I don't want to spoil what everything means, but that's kind of the vibe I'm getting as far as I'm into the story now. And I think I'm probably about maybe just past halfway. I feel like I'm building up to something climactic now.
Alrighty.
So, but I love the characters. I think they're fleshed out so well. 90%, maybe 80% of the voice actors are done really well. There's some that are weird.
Yeah.
Like there was a town you went into and it was like this dude on the stage talking about something and trying to rally these people, but I swear it was a woman's voice. It's like this big heavy set dude, right? That just looks like a gross man, but he totally has this high pitched weird chick voice. And I was wondering if that was like a mess up. I don't know. Right. Who knows?
I have no idea.
I didn't know either.
Frank called in sick that day, and they had a deadline. So
yeah, right. Somebody, yeah.
So Susie in accounting just was there.
Yeah, Susie's got a cold. Bring her in. She sounds like a man.
Yeah.
But I really think the story is done pretty well. A little bit cliche, like we were saying, but really for the most part, it's pretty well.
One flip that you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but one flip that I've seen so far, as far as the cliche thing goes, is the cliche story is you're already an outsider and an outcast in the village.
Yeah.
And then all sorts of terror besets the village, which totally cliche happens.
Yeah.
And
tell me you didn't know almost the instant you started that game that the dude that was training her was going to die.
Oh, of course he did.
Right? You knew that right away. Like that was where I was feeling this massive wave of cliche story.
Yes.
Was during all that part.
But what I'm getting at though is the whole, every time that happens, the village says, well, to protect the village, we need to kick you out.
Yeah.
That is not what happened. They're like, to protect the village, you need to go find the answers.
Yes.
So it's like, we're not kicking you out. Come back anytime.
Yeah. She almost gets rewarded for it.
Yeah.
Right? She gets the whatever which is the badge of the seeker.
The seeker, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, if I know you don't read or not, but
you don't have to say it like that, by the way.
Well, there are these things called books.
Really?
With words in them. And they are where many of these stories that you hear come from.
Do they all have really awesome pictures like comic books?
Some of them do. But
the good ones?
They're very far and few between.
Yeah.
Those are your reward for many pages.
Oh, okay.
Earned.
Okay. All right.
But the Sword of Truth series is pretty good. And that's the main character. That is the Seeker.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so I have some homework. I get it. I need to read more. I get it. Comic books don't always count.
No.
I can spell pow and zip and bam. I can spell the hell out of those, man. Snicked. Yeah, thwip. Yeah, all those. I got all those down, right? I think moving aside from story a little bit, one of the biggest standout things in the game for me is the visual aspect of this game. It's like stunningly beautiful.
Yes, and camera control.
Yes.
Except for I do have one complaint about the camera control.
Uh-oh.
So when you're running, like, there's random little pop-ups of forageable and collectible things you can get, right?
Yeah.
And they always seem to pop up next to a rock or a down tree or something, right?
Yeah.
So if you run up to it and you don't pan the camera around and you're facing it, you're right distance from it, you're hitting triangle, it'll never select it until you turn the camera and the little triangle emblem pops on screen.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the emblem has to be there.
Yeah, but it will not show until you pan it, and it's the whole thing in the...
Weird. I haven't really ran into that. The only camera issue I've had is where you're like sitting with your arrows, and you know how you can do your focus? You can like zoom in, and I'll have that zoom in that'll be like right on a leaf of a bush that's right there, and I can't. But I could see when it was back further, right? It's when it zooms in, all of a sudden now I'm looking at this big green leaf, and it doesn't help me out at all.
But whenever I use the zoom in is when I'm just playing like the I'm a badass person.
Yeah.
So I just do the slow walk and just...
Yeah.
You know, it's just...
I've gotten it to where I can notch 3 arrows on mine. That's so fun.
Oh, so see, you've gotten your tree maxed out to that point.
That's what I mean. I only have 2 things left to unlock on my tree.
On my tree, I have the first row
Yeah.
complete, and then I have the right 2 full. So I have I went and got the tinkering skill. That's like the one thing before I moved on with the story. I wanted the tinkering skill.
Yeah.
Because I figured, of course, you're going to get really cool stuff, and you're getting stuff that you can modify now. You're going to be getting junky modifications now and stuff. But I want to be able to sell them because I'm cheap like that.
Yeah. Well, and it all adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, like that was my thing. So I finally got the tinkering skill. I was like, I'm moving on, you know. And then I got enough to get the rest of the right side done.
Yeah.
And so I got the top row, right side. So now I'm just gonna start working my way down.
Yep. I only need 5 more points, skill points, and I can unlock everything. And I think I'll get them. I'll get 2 more for leveling up, and then I think you get them as you play the story missions.
So what
you get here and there?
So how do you unlock those hidden ones that are in the middle?
You just have to unlock the ones at the top. That's all.
Oh, okay.
It's just if you look, certain ones will branch off then to like 2 of them below, even though the one above it doesn't connect to everything. You just have to get the one that does branch off and connect.
No, I get that, but there's one row it's just got the first one, and the rest are all question mark.
I don't know. Maybe you just aren't far enough yet.
Maybe
That's because I don't remember any question marks.
I mean, maybe now that, because I haven't gone back and checked it, now that I'm able to
like actually explore.
well, now that I'm
world.
able to corrupt machines myself.
Yeah. Which you have to go find the different cauldrons and unlock all those to unlock all of the
Okay. Well, I'm saying that might be
the
what
machines.
that might be what that column
yeah.
for.
Oh yeah. Totally. Because I know that there are those that allow you to have the animals controlled for longer, and then like one of them is basic ends up being indefinitely. They don't run out of control time.
Really? Well, the Strider I didn't have any.
It should have like a meter on it, like when you hit them with fire arrows and they build up the fire meter, and it has like the little ring that wears down.
Mm-hmm.
They should all have that until you unlock the unlimited one, and then they won't. It doesn't have the ring.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is kind of fun. I've won battles because I had these big cats on my side with the machine gun turrets on top.
Oh yeah.
Fighting for me to take down everything else. Yeah. That part of it is a lot of fun.
I've hacked a Strider.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to start somewhere.
A Strider.
Yeah. I think, like, if we talk about fighting just in general, the fighting in this game, I think, is done so well. I've never played a game where every weapon is so warranted to be there.
I wish it had a little bit more advanced melee.
Instead of just your lighter heart attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe even some sort of a counter system. Because it doesn't have any... You can't do that.
Nope.
I noticed that too.
Yep.
I kind of wished that part of it,
And
but then that forces you to use
now,
all these weapons they give you.
Maybe you figured it out or something. Is there a way to lock your camera on a specific person?
No.
Okay. That's like one thing I was wishing I could do, because I do so many ducks and rolls and stuff.
Yeah.
And I noticed like the faster machines will always have a charging type attack, and as soon as they have a charging type, I just roll towards them.
Yeah.
And they'll just I'll roll. They'll charge me, and I'll just roll right past them as they go past. But now I have to swing the camera around.
Oh yeah, I've noticed with it, as long as you, I guess I just kind of play that way anyway. I just keep my right thumb on the camera stick.
Well,
And
no, I have
just sort of play it almost like a first-person shooter, right?
Well, I have it on the camera stick, but it said as soon as I roll past them, I'm doing a straight ahead roll.
Yeah.
So it means I have to straight ahead roll and turn around, which means the machine's already recovered by the time I get my camera around.
Oh, see, I was into the more rolling around them.
Okay.
And as soon as you get the rope caster, that it's worth it to do it that way, because they have more of an impact if you tie down the creature across it instead of all to one side, because it'll totally move to the opposite side and pull against them all and start popping them off. But if you chain it all around, it has nowhere to pull from. So little things in it like that are done so well. I'm really, really impressed with the dynamic between you and the creatures, and then just basically the world that you're in.
Well, that scorpion thing.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did was I got the rope caster, and as soon as it broke through the door, I just then rolled across the other side, and it was enough to hold it down.
Yeah.
So I just went up with my spear and spear, and it didn't quite get it knocked all the way down before it was free.
Yeah.
But it broke free, and I just rolled back, pulled my bow out, and one arrow right to the eyeball.
Well, and so when I first played, I did a lot of the melee attacking, kind of like what you're talking about with the stab with the spear, do the heavy swing or whatever, which you can't upgrade those things and they'll do more damage. But really, the fighting emphasis on this game is to use those other weapons, because each weapon is catered to like a specific playing style or like a different elemental attack or something, right? And once you figure out the weaknesses of certain different creatures, it's worth it to use the weapon that reacts with their weakness.
So I started throwing rocks like crazy, and like striders and stuff, luring all the striders to one spot, and taking my fire arrows and shooting their canisters.
Oh yeah, totally. And it's worth. And some of them will have like armor over their canisters, so you have to like knock the armor off. But then you can light those, and they'll set everybody else on fire. And like last cast, I was saying, you can use enemies' weapons against other enemies if you tie down a guy and get some crossfire going between you and him. It's loads of fun, man. I really got into the whole tactic, how to take down these guys as quick as you can. And shooting off the other guy's weapons, so worth it. If you can fight a big guy and shoot off his machine gun or his rocket launcher, you can pick it up and just unload. And you just feel like this Terminator badass. It's awesome.
So not...
And then you finish it every time with a power slide. Just because you can.
So, it wasn't a big guy, but it was so when you finish you cross a line first, and then all of a sudden you get ambushed.
Yeah.
So they got that one guy that's got the big machine gun.
Yeah.
Coming. He's the first guy I went for. I just roll right up to him, climb the wall, ran up, knocked him down, took his machine gun, then just mowed everybody else down.
Yeah.
It's just like, yep, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, and I love that you can play that way, or you can sit there with your focus thing and highlight everybody that's there, pick up and mark them all, and then you can go in and like stealthily, tactically take them all out.
Except for I was in the middle of like everybody was already. As soon as I got up there,
It was an S storm.
Oh, they all see me? Question marks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and I had several like that too, where it's like, sweet, there's only like 5 guys up. They all see me. Okay, here we go. Here come the big guns, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I think the lighting in the game, outstanding. I think the like we talked a little bit about how the day and night cycle's pretty quick.
Every cycle is just immediately just comes in and is gone.
Yeah, I wish that was a little slowed down also. But the like once you start exploring the world more, the difference between the like desert one and the like tropical rainforest area and the regular forest and the snow area, it's like they're all so drastically different, but they all feel at home in the game. Like it's just all done so well.
Are they all as well rendered as
they're
this?
all completely as well rendered, and they're all this almost like that Red Dead Redemption moment of just riding across the West and not having any goal in mind other than to just admire this world that you're in. This game had several moments where I just panned the camera and was like, wow, this is a pretty game. This runs really, really well. It really does.
Well, this has been the first game that I have played that said, yes, this is why I bought a PlayStation 4.
I think so too. I think what I came...
Totally, that's what it's done for me.
Yeah, really what I came away from this game saying was, I think we're spot on with our end of our last year wrap up episode saying that 2017 is the year of games.
Yeah.
And of this console generation. We're really going to see what they can do. People are really especially this engine just is like catering to it. It's running so well. It has little hiccups here and there, right? But I think because it's all catered to this game, it's almost like a launch title for this engine, right?
Well, it is.
Yeah, well, it totally is. And so you're going to have a little bit of that fudging going on. But for me, this experience was like
Best beta ever. Sorry.
oh, hands down, right? It very much like when I first played Uncharted on the PS3. Yeah. Like this, I was blown away by Uncharted and what it did.
This has been the first game where I've actually been totally okay with the gameplay graphics as the cutscene too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like been one of my gripes about just about every game there is. It's like some of them have been way better than others, and it's like it's not bad, but part of the reward for me for just being a kid playing games growing up was to get those cool cutscenes.
Yeah.
You know, and the cutscenes were like looked so much better and so much crisper and so much nicer than everything else you were doing.
Yeah.
You know, you dealt with the mundane stuff to get to that. And then when they start using in PlayStation 2 was like the major transition point.
Yeah.
You know,
where they first, and it's also where they first like started really incorporating dialogue.
Yes.
Yeah. Which you talked about last time is a big gripe.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I said when they did that though, this is the first, like I said, this is the first game that's like this cutscene is what I want a cutscene to be, and it's no different than the gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's,
I got a little bit of that from Uncharted, and I got it from I mean PS4. I totally agree with you, but also from Last of Us.
Yes.
Last of Us is very. This game is not Last of Us as far as the story goes, but I think as far as like gameplay and visually, I have to put it really close to The Last of Us. I think as far as that, the mechanics all work so well, and the way you interact with the world is that way also, except for that goddamn swimming, man. That is such BS. I hate the swimming in this game so much. I ran across a river that had these two big stones, but because the stones were like, I mean, if this was like real life, like 2 inches from touching each other, that was enough for when my foot hit it that I went down into the prone position just to pop back up again, which takes 3 seconds or whatever, right? And then I could keep running through. It was that retarded. That's the most retarded I've ran into so far, but I've had similar things like that. And I keep thinking, just why really even have it there? Just make the riverbed shallow enough to sprint across, right? Like, I don't get it. And I've had multiple times where I'm in the river and I can't get up the other side. I have to go up or down the river just to find or go back, right? Sometimes it's faster to just go back the spot where you jumped in and get out and then find the shallow spot on the other side. But that's my biggest complaint is the stupid, it's like the car in Metal Gear Solid, but this is worse. At least the car worked, right? The mechanics were horrible in Metal Gear Solid. They are horrible in Metal Gear Solid. I don't think they patched it. But the swimming in this game is garbage. It's the one big gripe I have with it. But really, I think that's pretty minuscule because it's not a swimming game at all, right? The rest of this game, it just shines, man. I love I love that all of the fighting and the camera angles are so actiony, right? Mm-hmm. Everything is action from the action point of view. I love that when you kill an animal in the river, it'll actually take off and start floating downstream. Yes. That I think is cool. And there's so many little dynamics in the game that work that way. Like the world works with the creatures and the creatures work with each other either to benefit each other or not.
If they're running, the river doesn't matter to them.
Yeah. Yes. Right. They can just run along the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. Indefinitely.
Yes. And you'll run into like lakes. Like, I guess it's like a small lake. I don't know if you've done that yet, but you'll hit points where it's like a lake and you actually have to swim to like this island in the middle. And the animals can still run to the bottom of the lake and run the whole way as you're swimming. You can chase one, and he'll pop up on the island on the other side.
No, I have not done that.
Yeah, that'll happen.
So far,
I mean, you have to make that happen, but I did it just because it was like, let's mess with this glitch, right?
So far, I've hacked a Strider.
Yeah. Nice. One Strider. But it was awesome. It was epic.
Well, that's where I saved it, and then it came here.
Yeah, okay. We already talked about the slide. The slide is just beyond awesome. I'm so glad that they put that slide in the game, right? Power slide's sweet. I don't care if you have a guitar or not. A power slide's awesome. And I really loved the the difficulty progression in the game, and I'm actually kind of glad I played it the way I did and ignored the story, because there were several times when I would come up to this new enemy by just exploring the world, and they were like massive compared to me, and I would actually be kind of scared and like sidestep them and try to pick off all the little guys and work my way to them and die over and over until you learned how to fight that guy, and then you're awesome at it and the next one's not a big deal. But that like risk reward system that the game has is really, really balanced really well. So you constantly feel rewarded while you're playing the game. So
Nice.
that I think it's banging on all cylinders. Again, I really emphasize that everybody uses all the weapons at your disposal. Each weapon has its value point, and it's worth it to utilize it when at its peak
So
value.
what's the worth of this damn sling? There's no
The slingshot?
There's no distance on it at all.
No, but you can actually some of the weapons in it, like the electrical attack in it, you can be in it and she'll kind of bitch and moan, but it won't hurt you, right? She'll just be like, "Oh, ow, ooh, ah, ow," and it's like, whatever, shut up. And so as guys are mobbing you, you can just shoot that thing at your feet, and you'll drop everyone around you that's attacking you, and then just go around and R1 sneak attack, R1 sneak attack, R1 sneak attack, and the whole time she's going, "Ooh, ah, ooh, ouch, ouch, ooh, ouch." I've used the hell out of that lightning that way, but it's the best way to get an elemental attack for sure.
Okay.
And you can build up. If you hold it down, you will like pull back and build up more distance.
Yeah, I was trying to. There's scrappers, so I was trying to go get some scrappers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna try these out and play with them some. And
Yeah. Oh, I use the crap out of that. The thing I probably use the least is the little tripwire, but I still use that a bunch too.
yeah,
So-
I told you my story of trying to use the tripwire already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like totally set the tripwire up, had it all set up so that he would pass through it and everything, and that was the final lesson.
Yeah.
Gotta go whatever the sawtooth or whatever it was,
Yeah.
and so it was final. Had it all set up, had like 3 tripwires all laid out and everything set up right in the path, so that I was gonna drop down in front here and then run past those and draw him to that and everything else, and just progressively fight my way up to this area. And it was a narrow path, so that's the only way we could go.
Yeah.
So I was like, totally had it all planned, hit the wrong button, and it's like, all of a sudden, blink! Oh, look at you!
Yeah.
Okay, this is not good. So then he just runs up and just, boom! And the whole cliff I was on got obliterated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so my plan is totally worthless now.
Yeah. Well, and actually, I love that it is a destructible environment. You just have to be big enough and badass enough to actually destroy it. Like the
Yeah.
big rock walls, when you fight some big guys later, they can come in and like swing tails and things, and they will take out like chunks of like cliff edges and big stones that are out in this map you're fighting them in, but that nothing was ever exploding before I got into that type of an environment, right? And so I gave it props for that too. I was like, oh, it is destructible. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good, man.
It was a pain trying to beat that thing with just the spear, though.
Oh, I bet, yeah. And when you get your bow right away, use that bow.
I was right there. It was tuck roll, stab, stab, tuck roll, stab, stab. That's just how I played it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it worked. It actually worked pretty well.
Again, use the enemies against each other. Totally worth doing. We were concerned about fighting the humans. I thought that went pretty. I like fighting the humans. Taking over the little raider camps or whatever is actually a lot of fun. That's where I go super stealthy.
So I just bought a stealth bow,
Yeah,
long range stealth bow. I haven't used it yet,
yeah,
but I got the Carjo one, the rare one, the blue one.
nice.
So
I've all shadow weapons,
Well-
which is the purple.
okay, whatever.
just to rub that in.
Okay, Mr. Level 40, whatever.
Yeah. Part-time Horizon player.
Yeah.
Full time, pretty much. I'm
Yeah.
part-time glassblower this week. Yeah, I love that you can play. That we played it so differently. Even again, right? It almost sounds like you went a little more Marcus with your tactics.
Oh, so totally okay. So I died this one time doing it because I was just playing it super blatant and super just in the face of everything.
Yeah.
And so I went in this area that had it was 4 scrappers and 3 of the watchers. So I go in there, totally just right in the middle of them. Just run up and just stab one of them. And the other ones I'm just keep the camera panning and everything, and keep an eye out where the little which ones are flashing, because they'll do the little star flash.
Yeah.
You know, that's the one that's like really angry and come right at you. So it's like, oh, tuck roll, go to him, stab him. Okay, he's pissed off, but he's not. Don't worry about him for a second, you know. And then just going back and forth. Well, apparently there was 2 more scrappers across the river that I didn't know were there, and totally came in on me, and I didn't even see him coming because I was just the other guys that I was paying attention to.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, smack, knocks me down. Then this one, smack, smack, smack. I'm like, I didn't have time to recover, and I was just dead. It's like, okay.
That sounds like a Marcus result too. Yeah. I run into that a lot.
Yeah.
Just take a breath, man. Slow down. And I will say there's a crap load of hunting and scavenging and crafting in the game, but the game does it so well. Like, even when you take out a guy, it'll be like regular, just kind of white. It means they just have standard stuff on them. Blue means they have a little bit fancier. Green is even fancier. And then if they have yellow, it means they have that like rare item you're looking for. A lot of times the green is that way. So if you're just taking out the different critters, because you have to do that to max out all your pouches, if you don't care about what they have, you have enough of it, and you just want the rare items, you can just wait till they pop up green or blue. You can just leave them there and just take the RP. Don't even go and pillage them if you have enough of all the rest of their stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of cool that they make it that easy, though. That you can just, oh, he's got that rare item. I need a blue, green, or a yellow level, right?
So, okay. So, you know, I was shooting striders.
Yeah.
I knocked one down, and it was popped up with the white search tag.
Yeah.
Excuse me, kid. Beer's good. Anyway,
No excuse for you.
and I accidentally hit the attack button. He's already dead. Knocked him down. It knocked his canister off, and that became green all of a sudden. So I'm wondering if that wouldn't have been available in the initial search, but after I hit him a second time, it knocked that off, and now I...
Yeah, I wondered about that kind of stuff too, because I fought big guys and knocked off all these different panels, and sometimes when the panels land, they will be a separate item, but then you can also pillage the big guy. So I've wondered that too, like would I have been able to get those? Because I know that like in the striders and other animals that have the obvious containers on them, right? I've knocked those off and gotten them, but then I've also not knocked them off and taken out a guy and still gotten them from that guy. But I don't get them all the time. So I don't know.
But those are a green item. Like,
yeah.
So they would glow green.
Yeah, and they do glow green.
Yeah. So when you pillaged him, it should have been green on his tag. So my wondering was on that is, did you get it now because you knocked it off and you wouldn't have gotten it before?
See, I've had it go both ways. So it's really kind of random. That's why it's nice that they give you the color, because it gives you a little bit of a guide. You can prioritize it yourself that way, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it was still attached to him, and he had a white tag.
Yeah, and I've had that happen, but I've also had it happen where it'll still be attached, and you'll get a green tag. So
yeah,
it seems to be somewhat random. Yeah,
but
I don't get it. Am I missing something?
No, what I'm trying to say though. So it was attached. It had the white tag.
Yeah,
which means there's nothing special.
Yeah.
Okay. Had I not knocked it off, would I have gotten it when I?
I think that's random. I think maybe, like if you knock it off,
even though it had the white tag.
Yeah. So because it's only going to be a blue or a green tag if it's actually in there. If when you go to pillage your goods, if it's actually in there, it'll change the color of its little icon. Whatever item's in it. If it's a green item or a blue item or a yellow item, that'll change it. If it's not in the guy, like you shot it off, sometimes you can go pick up that item separately, that'll be green.
That's what I had to do. I had to pick it up separately because I knocked it off. But what I'm saying, before I knocked it off, it was a white tag.
Yeah.
So had I not knocked it off before pillaging, would it have been available?
Yeah, and again, I think it's random. Sometimes those guys it is, and sometimes it's not unless you knock it off. Then it seems to guarantee it.
But what you're saying, though, is if it's a white tag, it's just nothing special.
Yeah, there's not going to be anything special there.
Okay, so then I wouldn't have gotten it if I had just pillaged him without knocking it off.
Well, you already knocked it off, though, so it's hard to say.
No, I hadn't knocked it off.
Oh, okay, you hadn't knocked it off.
I had not knocked it off yet. I killed a strider.
Yes.
I had not knocked it off yet.
Yes.
Okay. It had a white tag.
Yeah.
Which means there's nothing special.
Yeah.
Okay. When I went to pillage him, which is triangle, I accidentally hit R1.
Yeah.
Which hit him, and all of a sudden the canister flies off.
Oh yeah, if it was already white, you wouldn't have gotten it.
Thank you.
Okay.
So yes. I got something special because I hit it again.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. So I
Are we
see.
clear
I
now?
got to get better at my reading. We'd be on the same page.
Yeah.
All right, Nerdbuzz stress test. You're not hearing me.
I am explaining this exactly as it went down.
get
How
it.
else
I
can
get
I
it now.
change this?
I get it now. Yes. I mean, I
So
think.
there's a nerd tip then. Hit him again.
Oh yeah. Well,
sure
yeah.
they're dead.
Yeah. I really think if you have a PS4, you have to get this game. If you like
totally.
third-person action, this game is so good. It really, really is. It sets new standards in multiple ways. It's really, really good. I think I'm gonna give it. I think it deserves a solid 9.
That's what I'm giving it.
Yeah. I think it has some minor little things that again feel like a first wave game issue, which it kind of is, right? But it just shines in so many spots. It's really, really good.
You're going to think this is disgusting. But I as far as I've played so far, I'm hoping that they leave off at the end of the story for room for a sequel.
Oh, I guarantee you get a sequel. Yeah, they're going to do this again.
Yeah.
They made Killzone, like 20 million Killzones before this. They're going to make 20 million Horizons.
I don't want 20 million Horizons. I want 2 to 3 good ones.
Why do you think it's Zero Dawn? Never Dawn. Next Dawn. They're going to be
Dawn.
all Dawns. Yeah. Sean Connery will be in it.
Yeah. It's Red October. Anyway.
Oh, sorry. Red. Yeah. So anyway, I think it's amazing. Get it. So lastly, let's wrap up here and touch on some Cowboy Bebop because it was a treat to ourselves, which
It
it
was.
so was. It was our anime for the month, even though we're like way
month and
into
a
this,
half.
into this month. But I really just came away from watching Cowboy Bebop again so much more because it's been years since I watched it, right? And I want to say
It's been about 2 years.
I think it's been like 5 or 6 years since I watched Cowboy Bebop, and I loved it all over again. I think a big part of it for me, I love the characters. I love the music in it. I love all of the they're camera angles. They're not camera angles, but you know what I mean, right? I love that that's an emphasis in the show, and just the mood and the setting. But the other thing I really noticed watching it this time is that I think Cowboy Bebop is so on the cusp of all those new animes. Like within a year or two after Cowboy Bebop, it had to have been when they went to really heavy computer animation and stuff.
And they had some computer animation.
Yeah,
with
and
this,
it is in there for sure, but it still relies mostly on some actual hand drawn stuff.
Yes.
But you can see that transition happening in this in the Cowboy Bebop series, and I don't remember noticing that as much the first time when I watched it. But when I watched it this time, I kept thinking, I'm so glad that Cowboy Bebop came out when it did instead of like 2 years later.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
that the emphasis on the computer stuff would have kind of ruined some of that just sort of rawness that the show has that I appreciate so much about it, right?
And yeah, the movement wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't feel the same. And I think it's right on the cusp of that. Like we were within a year, maybe 2 of that really affecting how that show would have came out. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I think because you see
totally.
subtle points of it in there, but at the time when I watched it, I didn't think anything of it because all the shows at the time were starting to dabble in that, right? But now, after seeing what the end result of that was, I'm really glad that it kind of just was shy of that window. I think it really makes it feel more raw, and I love that about it.
I've always put it up there just because it was the classic animation.
Yeah.
And I never really paid. The computer stuff that's in there is not inconsequential at best anyway.
Yeah. There's not a lot of it.
It's filler, background filler stuff, and
Yeah.
it's never forefront in what's going on.
No. But I think you were within like a year or 2 of that potentially completely changing the feel of that show.
We'll have to look up some of the ones that are more computer animated, and I bet you we'll find some that are older
Oh, maybe.
that are more computer animated that we totally trash on.
Probably. Yeah. And not to say that it can't be done right. It's just, it's a different style. And
Yeah. And I've been watching some more of the Dragon Ball Super, and I don't think it's being done right.
No, it's not.
But the story is...
It's not the meat of Dragon Ball. It just isn't.
No.
It's almost like this dessert when you're already too full. Right? It just is. It's like, yeah, it tastes good and I want it, but I'm already just stuffed. Can we just do this later? Let me go back and watch some other Z and work on Appetite again.
Yeah.
And I think you have to mention the music in the show.
Totally.
I love the music in the show. It's so good.
The music and the voice acting, the English voice acting is. I told you I started watching it in Japanese and
Yeah, I had to go back.
I had to go back. I was like,
Yeah.
I was gonna try and be lazy and watch it on I think it was Netflix had it. Was it Netflix or was
Hulu.
it
Hulu has it,
Hulu?
yeah.
Yeah, so try and watch it on there, but it's all Japanese. It wasn't in English at all. So I was like, ugh. So I had to go dig out because I already had it boxed up and like put
Yeah.
away. So I had to go dig it out and find it. And of course, it was the bottom of the damn box. And
It's funny that you had that conflicting battle with yourself because I was in the same boat. Even though mine's just on the shelf right to the right of you, I totally sat there and thought, is the commercials worth it to watch it on Hulu, or is it worth it for me to get my lazy ass up off the couch and spend 2 minutes walking into the next room, or watch 8 minutes of commercials during each episode? Right?
it wasn't the commercials. It was the. I needed the voice.
Yeah, I would have
American voice.
instantly done. I didn't even know because I didn't even try it on Hulu. I decided to get my ass up off the couch, right? But mine was only on a shelf. I didn't have to. All I had to do was stick my finger on it and slide it out, right? It was easy. But had I done it on Hulu and noticed the instant I would have noticed I couldn't put it on the English, I would have had to do it because that's a show I associate those voices. Spike's voice is so anime classic. He's in so many other animes and everything, but I think of that voice actor playing Spike as his roots. I don't know if that's true at all, but for me and my experience with anime, that's my first exposure to that voice.
Yeah.
So I associate it with it. I'll have to look into that too. I have no idea what was his first role. That would have been a Nerdbuzzed first.
Yeah.
See, it's just too good. Cowboy Bebop's got me too
I think
excited.
you're too animated.
Nice, thanks. No special effects here either. It's old school.
No, that's analog.
Yeah. So I have to ask you, after watching again, what is your favorite episode? Now that we've seen them all.
Favorite episode. I like the episode where they go back to Earth and they pick up Ed.
I think that's a good episode
When
too.
Ed takes over the ship and just how pissed Spike is on that one, and and how much Ed just doesn't care.
Oh, never. Ed never cares about anything.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm really fond of Ed now after this other more recent watch through. I mean, I never hated Ed, but it was like a Krillin character kind of for me. But I really like Ed. Like Ed keeps people. It like keeps you humble through the whole thing, right? It kind of subdues the arrogance that everybody has, because there's a lot of arrogance in Cowboy Bebop, and he or she, I guess she, they're pretty ambiguous about it, right? Ed
is a she.
Yeah, they lightens the mood, which is good because the show needs it. I think it helps balance. It helps round it out and balance it out.
Totally needs when it's there, it's needed.
Yes,
It's not just out there to be there.
No. I'm still gonna go with the first episode.
I was just gonna say the first episode would be my next one, and I think the very last episode.
Yeah.
Which is such a somber episode,
but I love it that it wraps up.
Yeah.
I love that it wraps up. I know there's a movie, and I've seen the movie a couple times too, and that's got to fall. I'm sure it's just like another episode, right? Because you definitely hit those episodes that are like linear, and you need to watch them all. But there's definitely those that are just kind of in there. You can watch them in whatever order, right? But again, Cowboy Bebop's so good. I think if you're like the sci-fi Firefly guy that's way into that series and you want to watch an anime or you're curious about it, why would you not watch Cowboy Bebop?
I don't know. Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I can't think of any reason.
That's so cheesy.
No reasons. Watch it. I think for the guy that's into that cheesy cliche but done so well, like it's cliche to the point where you see those characters and you're like, boy, I really hope they're like this. They're gonna let me down if they're not. They so are that. 1,000,000% they are that character that you want them to be. And so I'm like a little schoolgirl watching that show. I love that show so much. It's good. I love treating ourselves. So worth it. So what do you have to score Cowboy Bebop?
Oh my god.
Our real favorite part, putting scores on crap.
I hate putting scores on stuff, but it's kind of what we signed up for.
Yeah. Well, I think it gives you I always try to do the score. Definitely things get a point or a half a point because it's just my personal preference. But I try to really look at things from the point of a little bit from an outsider.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, but still I think gateway anime, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I want to give it a 9.
I want to give it a 9. So bad, but something's telling me not to.
And I can go like 8.75.
I don't know.
I'm going to go 9. I'm throwing out 9s today.
Yeah, 8.75.
8.75. I'm surprised. Yeah. I went into this thinking you're the bigger Cowboy Bebop fan.
I'm a huge Cowboy Bebop fan.
Yeah.
Huge Cowboy Bebop fan, but I don't know. 9 is such a special number.
Yeah.
Because
I almost think Cowboy Bebop might be in some ways a better gateway anime for people to try out anime and get into it. If you're into like a drama, especially a drama like sci-fi kind of thing, as opposed to somebody that's already way into different anime shows, because it's so diverse. Like people that are into anime, it's like you either like the fighting ones or you like the drama ones or like the whatever.
It's
like
a ton of drama.
Yeah, it does, but it also has a lot of really cool like spaceship fight scenes and fighting scenes, and
then it's got those two just wacky. What are they doing? Even doing in their comedy episodes?
Yeah.
And
Totally.
And it's like, what are these even doing in here?
But they're all nailed so well. They really are. It's a 9, man, all day.
Okay, fine.
I'm giving it a 9.
Fine. 9.
Watch it. That's what I have to say. Watch it, play Horizon, and don't bother downloading Ninja Senki because you'll just break your controller.
Or your TV with your controller.
Yeah. So our next anime that we're going to watch for the next month is Knights of Sidonia, which was actually recommended, thank you, Aaron, by my brother-in-law. He wants to actually come talk about it with us.
Oh, nice. I've seen Knights of Sidonia already. I've watched half of the second one.
Okay. I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
And I watched them while I was doing some other Nerdbuzzed stuff and checking out some other things, so they were just kind of there. And I came away from it thinking, like, whatever. I don't know if we'll watch this, Aaron. Sorry, Aaron. But then I went back and I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a real chance, and I'm just going to watch an episode this time. And I actually came away intrigued.
The first season, amazing. It does do the standard anime kind of slow down near the end.
Yeah.
Then picks right back up again. And then they stopped for like 2 years before they brought out the next season.
It did a Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they finally brought out the second season. And the second season I did kind of what you just did there. Like watched a couple episodes. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I need to go back and give it another shot and try it again. Because I totally dug the first one.
Yeah.
So.
I hate to do it.
Oh, gosh. Really? We're that close, man.
I know. I'll be right back. Thanks. I'm back now. You don't have to give me that disgusted look as I walk in the room, by the way. You're just like pissed at me today.
You're the one that's pissed, obviously.
Yeah. I just was. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll watch Knights of Sidonia. And I thought, you know what? I like to throw in some things that I care about that are nerdy in the next week.
Yeah.
But I keep doing it at the beginning, and I figured, why not leave off on it? Right?
Yeah,
Before
totally.
it be a wrap up. So for next week, the only game I really noticed was there's a Star Trek Bridge Crew, which is coming out for PS4, PC, which is a simulator.
And is your sister getting it?
Right?
Yeah, actually, I should say, is your brother-in-law getting it?
Yeah. I don't know. There's really no other games. I'm stoked that He-Man Thundercats #6 will be out. It's the final wrap up.
Nice.
I'm hoping they fuse, right? Because Mumra and Skeletor have done that to Mummator or whatever.
Yeah.
So it'll be Man-Cat or something, or He-Thunder, something, I don't know. They sound like stripper names.
Thunderman.
Yeah. And then the biggest news, which we'll totally report on, probably just first impressions next episode, is Iron Fist.
Yes.
Comes out to Netflix next
and
Friday.
I see you got a little note here.
Yes. No yellow-green costume. I've read an article where it will not be in the episode. A little bit bummed, right? Like, not even stealing it off a clothesline just to see it in a car window.
They're not going to do the throwback thing like they did?
No, they're not going to do it. But they might make us wait till... I got the impression that this Iron Fist season might be a little Arrow-ish.
Really?
I'm hoping it'll be like season 1 of Arrow. I'll give it season 2 even. But that thing turns into a stinky turd right about season 3.
I don't think I made it season 3. I think I made it through season 2.
I watched season 3, and it's
Yeah.
pretty epic turd.
I watched season 2 all the way.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I'm really curious to hear about this Iron Fist because it's our first big one before the Defenders. So it'll be. I'm gonna check it out. We'll give first impressions. I think.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm gonna be able to watch it all before the next one. But that brings us to. Is it our least favorite part?
It's coming to an end.
Yes, it does. But we
Maybe
both have a
go-
little beer this time, so that's
We
nice.
do.
And so, what do you think? Beer wrap up.
Wicca
Wicca,
wicca. I think it was really good. I'm amazed at how cloudy it is as it warmed up.
I kind of noticed it a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, it just really
Yeah,
cloudy.
it totally got a little sedimenty kind of tornado in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a tornado underwater, right? I don't know what you call it.
Whirlpool.
Whirlpool. Okay, we'll go with that.
Vortex.
Yeah. Someone turn off the bubbles. Yeah. But it's
Still sweet.
it is sweet.
Still really sweet. It's
But really
the bitter comes out a little bit. The
like
hops
at the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right away. But no, it's just you doing okay?
I'm doing okay.
Okay. No,
Thanks for checking in.
yeah. So no, it's really sweet. It's got some bitter. The hops profile's pretty decent. I don't know. It's there.
Yeah.
Little tart. Little
It's better than Ninja Senki, but not as good as Cowboy Bebop or Horizon.
no.
Yeah.
No, it's drinkable. I would not mind having it.
No,
I would.
I don't have. I'll put it this way: I don't have anything to really say that's terrible about this beer.
Oh.
But I also really don't have anything to say that's like super outstanding about it. I think it leaves a little linger in your mouth, but it's not terrible. I really think as it warmed up, it wasn't quite as good, but
Yeah.
it's. I mean, it's still totally fine, and I just keep coming up with fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like everything I have to say about it is not really a knock
I wouldn't
to
be
it, but
opposed
it's
to it
not
being in my
this-
beer fridge, but I'm not gonna go
No.
seek it out for it.
No.
So
And I can't remember. I wish we had this Super Goose right here. I should have got that one. We could have compared them.
go get it.
Oh my god.
No. I think So what are you gonna give it for a score, man?
I think it's a solid 7.
Solid 7.
I think it's good.
Okay.
No, I don't think
I was gonna
it's
do
not
6.5.
great. It's definitely better than okay.
I was gonna go 6.5. So
Okay. Yeah, we're in that range.
sounds good.
Okay. So next week, watch some Iron Fist.
Yes, and we're going to be
That's
drinking.
group homework, and I'll try to read the goddamn book. And I'm gonna misspell things like crazy.
Oh, we already know that.
Yeah,
So-
stating the obvious.
Next week beer is the
bourbon something, right?
the Widmer bourbon barrel aged whatever.
Yeah. So
Barrel aged.
find that. But yes, we have that,
It's
and I've tasted it, but
It's a collab. Yeah.
yeah,
I can't remember who they're collab with though.
I didn't bring it with me again,
Yeah.
right? Just fail. I just fail all around today. It's just everything's my fault. Jedi's.
Also, you know that.
I love your Jedi's, ladies. Look into my Jedi's. These are the Jedi's you seek. Anyway, to all the nerds,
Through all the fuzz,
bottoms up,
let's get
nerd
buzzed.